When we talk about traveling, we often think right away about beautiful places, rich cultural experiences, and delicious food. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, is it truly safe to travel after the age of 70? In today's video, I'm going to reveal 5 potential risks that older adults may face while traveling, things that most people won't tell you about. One of these 5 dangers I'm about to share could cost you not only money, but also your health, time, and peace of mind during your trip. So let's jump right in with the first risk. You know, the risk of experiencing sudden health problems while traveling is one of the most concerning factors. The ocean stretches endlessly. A gentle, fresh breeze brushes across your skin. But then suddenly, you feel tightness in your chest. A sharp pain shoots down your arm. Your vision starts to blur. As we age, even small health issues can quickly escalate. Long-haul flights increase the risk of blood clots forming. High altitudes put extra strain on the heart and lungs. High temperatures and dehydration hit harder in unfamiliar climates. It could land a 70-year-old in the emergency room. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, nearly 1 in every 4 international travelers over the age of 65 experiences some kind of medical issue abroad. Yet many are not properly prepared, especially when it comes to insurance. Could your next trip take your health out of your control? To stay safe, start by getting a full medical checkup. Talk to your doctor and be honest about your limits before you travel. You'll need to bring all your essential medications, along with backup medicine in case something unexpected happens. Don't forget to research the healthcare services available at your destination. Don't assume there will be help nearby. Most importantly, always buy travel insurance that covers emergencies, hospital stays, and medical evacuation. When you're over 70, even the most ordinary travel moments can turn into a risky adventure. What's the second reason that could make your trip risky? Before we explore that, drop a comment number 1 below to let me know you're listening. According to the National Institute on Aging, our immune system naturally slows down as we age. This makes it harder for older adults to fight off new infections, especially when exposed to viruses and bacteria the body has never encountered before. This becomes clear when you're on an airplane surrounded by hundreds of strangers. The air is recycled. There's barely any room to move. Someone sneezes 3 rows away from you. You can't see it, but germs spread fast, especially when you're over 70 and your immune system has weakened. That's exactly what happened to Martha, a 76-year-old widow who traveled to Central America for a guided food tour. On the second night, she tried a local dish that was served cold and fresh. By morning, she was severely dehydrated and had to be hospitalized for norovirus, a stomach bug known to hit older adults particularly hard. Her 3-week vacation turned into 10 days of recovery and a flight home she barely remembers. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, warns that older adults are especially vulnerable to foodborne illnesses like E. coli, salmonella, and listeria, all of which can come from unfamiliar food or water. And it's not just the meals. Germs hide in places we usually trust: public restrooms, hotel remote controls, airplane tray tables, rental cars. We tend to think clean means safe, but studies from the Journal of Environmental Health show that surfaces like elevator buttons and bathroom door handles can hold hundreds of thousands of bacteria per square inch. And if you use a cane, a walker, or even just a handrail to keep your balance, you're touching more of these surfaces than most people. That means you're more likely to pick up something harmful without even realizing it. So, is your immune system strong enough to handle the unexpected? Don't worry, this doesn't mean you can't travel. It just means you need to be smarter than the germs. Here's how. Only drink bottled or filtered water. Even brushing your teeth with tap water in some places can make you sick. Skip raw or undercooked foods. Stick with meals that are served hot and fresh. High temperatures kill most bacteria. Carry hand sanitizer and use it often. Before meals, after riding public transport, after handling money, disinfect high-touch surfaces. A quick wipe of the airplane tray table, hotel remote, or bus seat armrest could save your trip. Wear a mask in crowded indoor areas. Yes, even now. It's still one of the easiest ways to avoid catching a respiratory virus. Stay up to date on your vaccines. If you're traveling internationally, talk to your doctor about additional shots like hepatitis A or typhoid, depending on where you're going. Pack stomach meds and oral rehydration salts. If something goes wrong, you'll be ready. Travel should be about making new memories, not catching new viruses. And a few smart precautions can make all the difference. Because when you're over 70, staying healthy isn't just important, it's everything. If you found this video helpful for yourself or a loved one, please share it with someone who needs to hear this. And don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe to our channel. It means the world to us. And if you do that for me, I promise my team, and I will do everything we can to make this show even better for you. Deal? Ready to continue? Let's move on and explore the third element. According to a study from the gerontologist, older adults experience more disruption due to jet lag and take longer to recover from sleep loss compared to younger travelers. And research from the Sleep Foundation shows that even a single night of poor sleep can weaken your immune system, impact your memory, and raise your blood pressure. When you're tired, everything becomes harder. Your balance gets shakier, your focus slips, and your patience wears thin. Even something as simple as sightseeing turns into a struggle. Picture this. You've packed your bags, made your plans, and imagined beautiful days filled with fresh scenery, warm weather, and maybe a little adventure. But by day 2, you're dragging. Your mind feels foggy. You're sleeping more than you're taking pictures. The dream trip starts to feel more like a chore. Take Richard, for example. He was 75 years old, retired, and full of wanderlust. After years of hard work, he and his wife finally booked an overseas trip, the kind they'd always promised each other. But the truth is, after a 10-hour flight, a maze of airport lines, and the effects of jet lag that hit hours later, Richard was completely wiped out by the time they checked into the hotel. The next morning, his knees ached. His head pounded like a drum. Instead of strolling through museums, he stayed in bed. Instead of soaking up the culture, he was fighting off jet lag. And just when he finally started to feel good, the trip was over. Here's the truth. You want to see and do it all, but your body needs rest. Ignoring that truth doesn't just leave you miserable. It could lead to something worse. We'll get to that in a moment. Fatigue doesn't show up with an alarm bell. It creeps in quietly, heavy, and relentless. And it's not just sleep. Dehydration, changes in your diet, and skipping meals can all drain your energy faster than expected. Some places won't have the foods your body is used to. And staying hydrated while on the go most people forget. But even mild dehydration can lead to dizziness, confusion, and deep fatigue, according to the Mayo Clinic. So how do you travel smart without wearing yourself out? Expert tips for managing travel fatigue after the age of 70. Plan for rest days. Build in slow mornings, midday breaks, or even full days with no schedule. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Carry a water bottle everywhere. Drink even if you're not thirsty. Avoid long-haul flights. Choose shorter flights, or break them up with stopovers so you can stretch and rest. Snack smart. Bring familiar, healthy snacks like nuts, fruit, or protein bars to avoid digestive surprises. Don't overschedule. Leave room for spontaneity and give your body time to adjust. Most importantly, listen to your body, not just your itinerary, because a vacation should leave you feeling refreshed, not needing weeks to recover afterward. And if you're thinking, okay, I can handle being tired, let me stop you right there. Because travel exhaustion often leads to something far more dangerous. Falls, injuries, permanent setbacks. And that's what we'll talk about next. If this section resonated with you, drop a comment below with the number 3 so I know you're here. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell icon, because the next part could save you from the trip that changes everything in the worst way. Let's keep going. We often think of travel as relaxing, strolling through picturesque streets, exploring historic sites, and enjoying new experiences. But for travelers over the age of 70, hidden dangers can lie just beneath the surface. One misstep on an unfamiliar street, and everything can change. Meet Linda, healthy, active, and youthful at 78 years old. She had always dreamed of visiting Italy. At home, Linda walked every day, staying in shape and maintaining her independence. She looked forward to the charm of cobblestones, romantic alleys, and the rich history of Italy. But the reality hit hard. One evening, as she stepped off a curb onto a rough street in dim lighting, Linda felt her foot slip. Her body twisted. She lost her balance and fell hard. Pain shot through her hip like lightning. The dream vacation she had longed for ended in a split second. Instead of dining in cozy cafes, Linda was lying in a hospital bed far from home, preparing for surgery on a fractured hip. Her trip was cut short. Her dream was replaced with months, yes, months of painful rehabilitation. Back home, she confided in her friends, "I wish I had never gone." It was a heartbreaking admission. But Linda's story, it's not unique. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC, falls are the leading cause of injury among older adults. Each year, more than 36 million seniors experience a fall. And those falls send over 3 million people to the emergency room. When traveling, the risks go up because unfamiliar surroundings make everything more hazardous. Think about this. A cruise ship deck that's slippery after a light rain. Cobblestone streets that look charming in photos, but are treacherous underfoot. Dim hotel staircases that seem to vanish in the dark. Each situation may seem harmless, until suddenly, it isn't. And here's the emotional truth. We don't bounce back like we used to. Our bones are more fragile. Our balance isn't what it once was. A small stumble can lead not just to physical pain, but emotional harm, stealing your confidence and your independence. A fall doesn't just bruise your body, it can leave scars on your spirit. The fear of falling again can keep you from traveling, from exercising, from living the life you love. But here's the good news. You don't have to let fear hold you back. Small changes make a big difference. Use a cane or a walking stick. They help with balance and give you the stability you need on uneven ground. Wear sturdy shoes. Choose shoes with good traction and ankle support. Skip the stylish ones if they're not safe. Avoid pretty staircases. Use elevators, escalators, or ramps whenever possible. Your safety matters more than the view. Travel with a companion. A helping hand nearby can prevent accidents or ensure you get help quickly if something goes wrong. Most importantly, know your limits. Pick destinations with flat walkways, good lighting, and easy access. Your dream vacation shouldn't become something you wish you could forget. Because when it comes to falling, prevention is your best protection. But there's still one hidden danger that most older adults never even consider. And it's not physical. It's something that can leave you stranded, financially drained, and deeply shocked. Stay tuned, because this next story is something every senior traveler needs to hear. If this resonated with you, comment number 4 below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss what's next, because the upcoming chapter might save you from a devastating financial loss. Let's keep going. The greatest risk you might face when traveling in your 70s and beyond might not be physical. It could be financial. When planning trips after retirement, we often carefully consider comfort, health, and the experience itself. But there's one crucial element many travelers overlook: money. And I'm not talking about budgeting for souvenirs or dinners. I mean the hidden traps waiting to drain your wallet and ruin your vacation. Meet George, a careful saver, financially responsible, and excited for his first big trip in years. He booked his dream vacation to a tropical island, found what looked like the perfect hotel online, and began counting down the days. But when George arrived tired and eager to relax, he discovered the hotel didn't exist. It was a scam. He stood there in shock, alone, stranded, confused. George had to find emergency lodging immediately, paying twice what he had budgeted just to have a safe place to sleep. The trip that started out as a dream vacation turned into a financial nightmare, one that haunted him long after he returned home. And George is not alone. According to the Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, older adults lose billions of dollars every year to scams and travel-related fraud. Scammers specifically target older travelers, believing you have savings and may not be familiar with the latest trickery. But scams aren't the only risk you face. What if you need emergency medical care abroad? Did you know that being airlifted to a hospital in another country can cost up to $50,000 up front? According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, better known as the CDC, most health insurance plans based in the United States, including Medicare, typically don't cover emergency medical treatment outside the country. One injury, one accident, and suddenly you could owe tens of thousands of dollars straight out of your own pocket. And things can get even tougher. Let's say you booked your dream trip months in advance, but just 1 week before departure, your doctor says you can't travel due to a sudden health issue. Airlines, hotels, and cruise lines often don't refund last-minute cancellations, leaving you stuck with the entire bill. Traveling at this age is not just about where you're going. It's also about protecting yourself financially so you can enjoy the journey without constant stress. Here are some quick, simple ways to avoid potential financial pitfalls while traveling. Review your insurance coverage. Make sure your insurance includes international travel. If it doesn't, purchase travel insurance specifically designed for seniors. It's worth every penny. Don't book through unverified websites. Stick with verified and reputable travel companies. If a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. Protect your credit card. Use a card that offers fraud protection and notify your bank before you travel. Avoid sharing sensitive information or using unfamiliar ATMs. Travel with a backup budget. Always set aside an emergency fund. When the unexpected happens, this reserve can mean the difference between a simple inconvenience and a total disaster. Traveling is a wonderful thing, but after the age of 70, you need to be extra cautious, not just physically, but financially too. One misstep could change your life in ways you never imagined. But does this mean you should never travel again? Absolutely not. It just means being smarter, safer, and more prepared. In our final chapter, we'll bring it all together with advice that can make your next journey one you'll never regret. No one ever said you shouldn't travel after the age of 70. But how do you travel? That's everything. Throughout this video, we've explored the hidden dangers of traveling as we grow older, health emergencies, invisible germs, complete exhaustion, unexpected falls, and even financial traps. Each of these risks is very real, and they can turn what's meant to be a joyful journey into a challenge you'll never forget. But here's the thing, travel can still enrich your life if you approach it differently. Maybe it's time to slow down, to choose comfort over chaos, memories over milestones. Instead of chasing long-haul flights or cramming crowded tours across multiple countries, it might be wiser to focus on shorter, easier trips closer to home. Places with good medical care, gentle walking paths, and accommodations designed with your comfort in mind. Did you know a recent study published in the Journal of Aging and Health found that older adults who took shorter, more manageable trips reported feeling more satisfied, less stressed, and experienced fewer health issues than those who traveled extensively? It's not about how far you go. It's about how good you feel when you come back. Travel at this age shouldn't be an endurance test. It should be an opportunity to create beautiful moments, moments you can fully enjoy without worry. Travel isn't about the miles. It's about the moments. And the best trips are the ones where you come home healthier, happier, and more fulfilled. So before you book your next trip, ask yourself honestly, will this journey bring me peace? Or will it push me beyond my limits? Your answer matters, because longevity isn't just about adding more years to your life. It's about filling those years with quality, independence, and true peace of mind. Thank you for joining me today. Your thoughts mean the world to us. Before you go, please leave a comment below. Tell me one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it to your next trip. Reading your comments inspires us to keep creating content that truly matters. And if this video helped you see travel in a healthier, more meaningful way, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Your support helps us continue bringing insights that help you live longer, happier, and healthier. Because every year matters, and so do you. I'll see you in the next video.